Welcome to Let's Pour Up. My name is Colina Bruce, and my guest today is an identical twin, enjoys flying drones in his side time, and also French toast is his favorite food. Please welcome Claiborne Bell, owner of Seattle Sorbets.
Hello, everyone. Well, I'm glad to be here. Excited. It's a pretty cool thing. Legitimate podcast.
Okay, legitimacy.
This is how I blow up right here.
Period.
This is my moment.
Okay, you're a twin. How do you like being a twin?
Identical twin. I have an identical twin brother. I'm obviously smarter and more attractive. He's a little bit taller, a little bit heavier.
The disrespect.
We're speaking facts. This is a factual podcast.
Okay.
No.
Hey, Cam.
What's up, Cam? Yeah, identical twin brother. It's weird because I don't know anything different.
Yeah.
You know? So I don't know what it's like to not be a twin. The crazy part is we were, in the same classes at all the same schools, all the way through graduating college.
Yeah.
And then he moved away to Dallas.
Yeah.
And that was, you're going to be sad and upset, but you don't know how much you lean on a person and how much you've leaned on a person, for 20 years, 24 years or whatever it was, until they are just gone one day.
Yeah.
And that was an eye-opening thing because we both realized that we each had roles in our relationship.
Yeah.
He was the one that communicated with everybody and made sure we were hanging out and had something to do, and we're inviting girls over all the time and terrorizing our parents. It's just the facts.
It's what happened.
And I was the one that made sure we, made curfew, got our homework done.
You guys were each other's yin and yang.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Didn't anger mom to the point of murdering us. And just kept us on kind of, a relatively progressive, straight and narrow path. And then, he left and I realized I wasn't the person that, got people to hang out with me, So I was like, man, I don't have anything to do,
You had to
so
do some extra work.
Yeah, and I had to grow myself.
Yeah.
Also, I realized I was uncomfortable going places by myself.
Because you always had your buddy.
Right.
Your wingman.
Yeah, exactly. If for 24 years, 23 years, you had somebody to show up with.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you don't have anyone to show up with. And people say, hey, come meet me at this bar, this coffee shop. And I get there first. I'm looking dumb, It's like, because I don't know how to be by myself. I don't know how to. I never had to make small talk with anybody. Now, I'm a big talker. I talk all the time, talk too much. But I didn't know how to make small talk with anybody I didn't know because I never had to build that muscle because I always showed up with somebody. I always showed up with my best friend.
Yeah.
So I didn't really need to do that,
That's real.
So that was the worst feeling,
Yeah.
You just feel, handicapped really. So I would show up to things late because I didn't want to be the first one there and look awkward,
Right.
It's like, whoa, this is a crazy thing,
But I mean, it led you to some self-discovery.
Yes.
And you guys are very different.
Yes. Agreed.
But like you said, you guys balance each other out.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you're still maintaining the relationship from a distance.
Yep. He'll be here next week.
Oh,
So,
okay, great.
He'll be here to hang out and run around and
pull up on him.
stress my marriage.
Let's move on. What do you like about flying drones? How'd you get into that?
I've always been into just remote control things, toys, and I've got a couple of remote control cars, remote control boats, helicopters, drones, and all the things. So that's just my thing. It's, I think it's kind of a nerdy little thing, and I hid it for a long time, to be honest. But then when the drones came out, I was just like, oh, this is a cool thing, and they're taking great pictures, and so it's like I get to, do the remote control hobby thing, but also take cool pictures and post cool videos and stuff like that. So that was always fun. Yeah. So my wife is always getting on me about spending a bunch of money.
Yeah,
on
I was going to ask, how deep is your investment?
I think the last drone I bought was like $2,300 or something like that.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, which, I mean, yes, it seems like a lot, but, also like if I was into golf or something like that, I'd be spending money on golf clubs or going golfing or whatever else like that. Okay. So it's like everybody has their hobby that they're into.
For sure, yeah.
Clothes are not my thing. I'm not a great dresser, so It's like, she buys my stuff.
I
Go
mean,
to
does she
Costco
have
and
a
get
pair
it.
of $2,300 shoes though?
No, but she's got some
No,
$10,000
but
purses.
okay.
Yeah, I was like, why are we talking about $1,300 remote control monster trucks when you got Rolex
Okay, we're
watches?
not talking about the doctor today.
Yeah,
We're here to
I'm
talk
just saying.
about
This is
you.
further. Hey, talking about you. No,
Okay, what's up with French toast?
I like French toast. I'm not a big food person.
Okay.
Which is crazy because I own an ice cream and sorbet company and a
Right.
commercial kitchen.
Yeah.
But food is not my thing. It's
Okay.
I don't really care. I kind of eat to stay alive and just move on.
Not
I like
eat to
efficient
stay
food. I do. I'm just like an efficient eater.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, what do you think you want? Like, I'll just have a club sandwich. Like, you don't want to try anything else on the menu? Like, just club sandwich is fine. Or
Oh
the
my
clucks
gosh,
and
you have
fries.
to live a little bit.
But living, that's not food to me. I
Yeah.
don't, So I'm
It's
just like,
flying
I don't.
drones.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like taking a remote control car off a jump is like, not eating some food.
We always kick off with a moment of meaning, which is a quote.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to share a quote and I'm just going to ask you to respond to it. This quote is very short and straight to the point. It says, "Without ice cream, there would be darkness and chaos." How do you feel about that?
I would say in that quote, to me, ice cream is a metaphor for happiness.
I love that.
Whatever that happiness is to you, whether it's drones, whether it's going golfing, whether it's, buying red bottom shoes or purses or hanging out with your friends.
Yeah.
We've got to do what it takes to find happiness. Life is tough. It beats you up. It beats you down.
Life be lifing.
Man, come on. That is the truth. So it's whatever that ice cream is, you got to find that.
I love that.
And
come on,
hold on to that.
Yeah.
Preach. You got to find that, and that's what I've been working on. Is understanding what makes me happy and doing that. So if buying $2,300, $2,400 drones makes me happy, if buying remote control monster trucks and jumping them off the curb and running them into stuff, breaking them up, and then going to this hobby shop, getting the parts and fixing them, at the kitchen table, which my wife doesn't like. But if that makes me happy and keeps me out of trouble, man, that's what I got to do.
That's what's up.
And
then on the flip side of that, we got to practice the balance, right? Because there's always some sort of indulgence that we can partake in. If you eat too much ice cream, you might get
raggedy
sick.
Teeth or raggedy teeth. Yeah.
Right. So there's
facts. Yeah.
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 Okay, look at us philosophizing.
Somebody write that down.
Okay, tell me about Seattle Sorbet. How did you get started?
Yeah, so currently I own an ice cream and sorbet company called Seattle Sorbets and Ice Creams. I also own a commercial kitchen called Distinguished Foods Kitchen Rental.
Yeah.
This is our family business. My father owned it before me, probably for 10, 15 years. I started working for him when we graduated from UW. It's supposed to be like a temporary thing. But started working for him, really liked it. I enjoy helping people start their business, grow their business, make money, be profitable, move up and out of our incubator commercial kitchen space, and do well. The sorbet and ice cream, I think, is a cool thing. It's fun. People like dessert. It's just it's not necessary, but it's a thing that's enjoyed. So we just like making cool flavors and we did an event yesterday and just how excited kids get, things like that when they have ice cream or sorbet. They're just like super excited. Like, I don't know, I like that, and it kind of rejuvenates me to go to events and sell sorbet or ice cream and see people's happiness.
That's so dope.
From having our products and stuff like that. So.
Yeah.
Also, I think we got some good flavors, so hopefully
tell us about them. What kind of flavors do you have?
My most popular flavor is mango sunset.
Ooh, okay.
Mango sunset sorbet is number one, and then raspberry merlot.
That's mine.
Champagne orange.
Yeah, anything with it, yeah.
And then champagne orange. Then we have a French chocolate, coconut, and then in party time flavors, tequila lime.
Ooh.
So those are some good
I've
flavors.
had that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So that one's pretty good. And then we make, I got an ice cream flavor called honey vanilla. That's really good. That we developed with Trey Lamont from Trey Lamont's Jerk Shack.
Oh, nice.
So,
okay, cool.
Yeah, that's a really good flavor. I don't eat a lot of sweets, but every now and then I'll take that ice cream home, if my wife makes, a pie or brownies or something like that. Like I'd be
Okay, come
stealing
on,
that honey
baker.
vanilla ice cream, taking it home. But
Yeah.
most of the time, I don't even think about eating that stuff because
Okay.
it's like my product.
Yeah.
It's like you taking candles home. Like, oh, I'm just gonna
Oh,
burn this candle.
listen, I take candles home.
You can hide your own supply.
Shut up. I mean, it's become a lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's literally like a part of my little
Yeah.
ritual. Like when I get to the shop, I light candles. When I get home,
That's
I light
cool.
candles. Yeah. I pour candles at home still.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Just like
I'm
for
pouring
fun
some
and stuff,
candles
making
today.
stuff?
Yeah. So.
Yeah, eating sorbet and ice cream is not a lifestyle I'm trying to. I don't want to do that.
You don't want to commit to that.
Boy, you got big.
Shut up. Well, I do want to say, before we go any further, I've known you for a very long time, not by choice.
Right.
We
Yeah.
got
No. Some people try to get rid of.
You and your brother was the brothers that I did not ask for.
Facts.
But I love to take the opportunity to give people their flowers because life is short. And I just want to say,
facts.
like, I've been able to see you and your brother grow in a lot of different ways, still growing and evolving.
Oh.
But what I love about you, and I think I've said this to you in different ways, but I want to say it very clearly, is that I appreciate who you are as a person and as a business owner and the ways that you try to create opportunities for people. I think anytime anything comes across your desk, you're like, who can I send this to? Who can I bring along?
Yeah.
As you said, using your space to bring in other business owners and just like, I just think that's super dope. And I think that you're using your platform in the right way.
I'm trying.
So,
that's what I want to do. I want, my dad says, if you do well and nobody else does well, none of your friends do well, then that's not success. You've failed,
Right,
so
right.
he's always on me about that and was always on me about that, so anything I can do to help folks, whether it's, helping them start their business, encouraging them to start their business, consulting with them, for free to get their business off the ground and rolling, or opportunities, like you said, come across my desk, I'm going to share it and invite people and send it to them, so I just want us to do well,
for sure.
Because we got, especially in our friend group, we've got so many people that are so talented.
Yeah. Sometimes they need a little nudge.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's never a good time, to start,
Right.
You don't know everything, so it's just, at some point you just have to start. You just have to start your sorbet company. You just have to start your candle company, and you learn as you go. And we're still learning as we go and grow in our businesses. So, it's just starting. I'm just, okay, if I can help you start, if I can give you space to start, and get going, and help legitimize you so you can expand your business and get, legitimate contracts and do big events, I'm gonna do it. Because I just want us to win.
Yeah.
That's it.
And we love that. We stand.
And your flowers.
Oh,
I'm very proud
getting
of you.
Flowers. Thanks.
Yeah. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
It's you've gone through a lot, especially this year.
Yeah.
Last year, and you've handled it well with grace.
Thank you.
I'm just so proud of your success.
Thank you so much.
It's amazing. I'm just gonna be, one of your cheerleaders and supporters. If you ever need anything, if I can help you in any way, I'll be offended if you don't ask or say something.
I receive that. Likewise, vice versa.
It's
we
crazy.
lifers at this point.
Right. Right.
Well, speaking of business, I would love to know a little bit more about your journey, and if you could share what has been either really rewarding for you or even some of the challenges you've experienced.
I would say the rewarding part is helping people.
Yeah.
Helping people, seeing people succeed. People come to my kitchen and tell me what their end goal is, their dream is.
Yeah.
I'd like to open a restaurant. How can I do that? My first question is, do you have, $700,000? They say no. I say, okay.
Okay.
Well, then we're going to struggle.
Right.
It's going to require some work.
Go back to the playing board.
So we're gonna start here at this kitchen. We're gonna open a virtual restaurant.
Okay.
Sell food on DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber Eats. You're gonna be consistent. You're gonna do catering. You're gonna make excellent food.
Yeah.
And have great customer service. And we're going to grow. It's going to take a couple years. We're going to grow, and then you're going to be up and out of here.
Yeah.
And when it goes to plan, I have a Thai company that recently was at my kitchen for 2 years, did really well, made great food, consistently open, great customer service, and they moved up and out into their own space, And they cried and I cried when they moved up and out, and they were like, we thought you'd be angry with us for moving out. And I said, no, when you came to me, you told me what you wanted.
Yeah.
I told you I would help you. I told you I would show you how.
Yeah.
We've done that, So yes, I'm sad. I'm not getting any rent money.
Right.
Your lease is over.
A little sad.
Yeah, I'm upset about the money, but this is what this is for.
Yeah.
You come here, I coach you up, you do well, and you grow out of the space. You outgrow the space.
Yeah.
And we go visit them at their restaurant. They still call me pay for business consulting. Oh, there's so much stuff we didn't know. I said, yeah, because I was taking care of that.
Right.
You just didn't know it.
Yeah.
So
are
that's
there a lot
rewarding.
of concepts like yours in Seattle?
I think there are a couple.
Okay.
None as good as mine.
Oh, period.
Obviously. No. But because I think I go above and beyond. I could just offer kitchen space and be done with it.
Right.
But offering kitchen space does not help people be successful. I could, the stove is out there. Do your thing.
Yeah.
That's all I'm required to do. But, before I let people start in my kitchen, I require them to have a solid plan because small business is tough enough if you got the best plan and the best product.
Right.
If you don't have either of those things, it can be an impossibility. So we want great plans, commitment to being consistent.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, you don't have to have the best product. You have to have a consistent product and have consistent customer service.
Yeah.
And consistently be open.
Yeah.
So that breeds success. Some of the biggest food businesses in the world don't have great food products, not to attack McDonald's Corporation.
The shade.
Not to attack McDonald's Corporation, but, if we're ranking McDonald's food, on a 1 to 10, what are they, a 5? Whatever that number is that you're thinking of in your mind, we don't go there for the high food quality.
Right.
We go there because they sell efficiency and consistency. It's a consistent price everywhere in this country, in between Seattle and Miami. We've been to McDonald's in other countries, and it tastes the same. We also know what the price point is at every McDonald's we go to. So at this point, my argument is that McDonald's sells guaranteed taste at a guaranteed price.
Yeah.
No matter where you are.
Quickly. Yeah.
Efficiency.
Mass produced, yeah.
Exactly. So we're not going there, because the food is amazing. We're going there because we know what we're getting. What we get is a guarantee.
Yeah.
So my argument is that McDonald's sells guarantees. So that's what I preach to my tenants. You got to sell a guarantee. They got to know what they're getting when they come to your business.
Yeah.
Great candles, great sorbet, great food, whatever that product is, And then Chipotle is the other example I use. What does Chipotle sell? Burrito bowls, burritos.
I love me a bowl.
Man, listen, I got the app on my phone, But my argument is that Chipotle sells profit margin, and that plays a big factor. Like Chipotle stock, which is at $3,400, it just split, like Chipotle stock, a burrito company stock, is at $3,400 a share. Why? Because they're profitable.
Yeah.
They sell profit margin. It's a tortilla that don't cost nothing. Rice don't cost nothing. Beans don't cost nothing. Poorest people in the world eating rice and beans. Chicken, beef, or steak. We don't know if it's a great grade of chicken, beef, or steak because it's mixed with 30 things. Corn don't cost nothing. Tomatoes don't cost nothing. Lettuce is inexpensive.
Yeah.
And they charge extra for guacamole sauce,
Right.
So, their cost maybe for the burrito, if it's 75 cents.
Yeah.
And then you tack on, $1, $2 even for the restaurant and the people that are serving the food. So we're at $3 and, they get 15 to 17 from us.
Yeah.
You can't help but make money.
Chipotle recently got called out for not having big enough scoops. So it supposedly
that's money. They're making money. Yeah.
But now they're doing bigger scoops.
Yeah.
So
but did nobody stop going there?
No.
Like how much
they just started posting about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Them having small scoops saved them how many millions, billions of dollars over how many years?
Right. Yeah.
So it's like, those small corners that they cut, saved them a bunch of money. That's why their stock was at $3,400.
Right.
Like, and you should see the arc of the chart on their stock. It's bananas.
And I know you are a stock person. I want to get back to that in a second. I want to explore a challenge that maybe you all have experienced. One that comes to mind that I can think of is you all made it through the pandemic, and that was,
Barely.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
But
the pandemic was nasty times.
Yeah.
Man. I had 17 food businesses at my kitchen, March of 2020. By June, I had 4 or 5. Like, it was just devastating,
Nasty work,
down, 85%. My mom's looking at the numbers saying, you need more tenants. You got to get more people in the kitchen. Thank you. I'm the one that made the Excel spreadsheet and emailed it to you. Also, I work here every day.
Right.
I see that
I
all
see
my
what's
tenants went out of
happening, yes.
business,
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. And that's what was happening. Is
yeah,
that
I mean,
they were going out of business.
They were going out of business
Yeah.
fast,
Yeah.
So at the commercial kitchen, we've got caterers, meal delivery companies, food trucks, things like that. So when the pandemic happened, all the caterers went out of business immediately.
Yeah.
Because there was no events.
There was no events, yeah.
So you ban events, it puts caterers and entertainers out of business.
Right.
Just immediately. The food trucks went out of business because the food trucks were going to downtown Seattle, South Lake Union, downtown Bellevue. Well, nobody worked down there anymore. Everybody worked from home.
Yeah.
So there ain't no reason for the food truck to go down there.
Yeah.
Because ain't nobody down there, So the food trucks went out of business, The farmers market people went out of business because they stopped farmers markets, So it was just like something that I didn't even think could happen was happening,
Yeah,
it's
nobody anticipated anything like that, yeah.
And the hard part was, because I do business consulting and help people and, I love helping people. People were coming to me for answers, and I didn't have the part that hurt me probably the worst, my ego, was I didn't have the answers to help people and fix the problem. Oh, Clay, my business isn't doing well. Well, you're serving, the rice in your burrito is crunchy. You ain't cooking the rice long enough. It's something like that.
Right.
Or, my barbecue company is not super profitable, but you don't sell sides. Well, you need to sell sides. That's where you make money on.
You were used to being very solution oriented.
And to not have the answers to help these people stay in business, be profitable, save their businesses was, to me kind of the worst thing in the world. and I'd like to be a leader. And I remember, how do I lead in a time where I don't understand what's happening? My business, both of them were doing poorly. And I don't have the answers to tell people like I usually do.
Yeah. There's just so much uncertainty.
Yeah. So that was a very difficult time. And I remember talking to my dad about that and him saying, sometimes, leadership is leading people in a direction and giving people hope, when there is none, and I was like, ooh, I feel like I'm lying to them, and he was like, yeah, but you think, at halftime when your team is down and coach says, hey, we got a chance still.
Yeah.
Coach in his mind, like,
he's like, this game is over.
These fools don't got a chance, Yeah. And most of those games you lose, but every now and then you believe coach and say, we do have a chance.
Yeah.
We can turn this around.
Yeah.
And we do win those games, So he was like, leadership a lot of times is giving people hope when there is none and leading people in direction when even you are not sure of the direction. And your
dad sounds like a great guy.
Yeah,
he knows what he's talking about.
No, but that was like, I was like, man, that's heavy,
Yeah.
And so that was a lot of growth for me, and I learned a lot about myself.
Yeah.
During that time, it was ugly. I was late on my building lease. I had to borrow money from my parents. And I'm a super fiscally responsible person, so owing money and borrowing money just
was not.
No,
yeah.
I hated that. My mom said, "What else you gonna do?" I didn't have an answer for that. So she wrote me a check. I was like, I just hated that, because I didn't. I don't know. It just felt like I wasn't prepared for a global pandemic, And then one thing my wife said was, nobody was prepared for this.
Nobody, yeah.
That's why, it kind of knocked the whole world on its butt.
Exactly. Yeah, we thought we were going to be home for a couple days or something, and
shame on me for really thinking that,
It was like,
Yeah, it was like we're going for 2 weeks and then come back, And then I remember I knew it was serious when I got a letter from like the governor as saying, as a manufacturer, you have to go to work and you have to keep producing food because if this food goes empty on the shelves, people are going to panic. And they're like, keep this letter in your car just in case you get stopped. And I was like, ooh.
Like, it's going down.
Yeah, I was like, oh, no, this is serious.
Yeah.
So it was just a kind of a scary time because, like, my parents, who were helping me at work, they went home. The woman that works with me, Dora, who's, worked at our with our business for 27 years this year. Everybody's kind of at home, and I'm still going to work, you know, when they're telling everybody to stay home.
So
and
you were an essential worker.
Yeah, and I'm going to the grocery stores, and, you know, whenever the grocery store is the most dangerous place you could be, I'm there every day like, making a delivery, you know? It was just, it was a wild thing, you know?
But you came out on the other side of that.
Yeah, and
what
that was...
What got you through?
I think sometimes stupidity, you know? It's just like, am I brave or am I dumb? You know? You know, the question I have now is, should I have quit and done something else every now and then? You know, like that would have been an excuse to get out. Everybody went out of business. Okay.
Right.
I go out of business too.
Yeah.
So I sometimes I'm wondering, like, I don't know, was I dumb? Should I have to, you know, or, you know, was that courage or bravery, or just, I don't like failing.
Yeah.
So I wasn't going to fail, you know, and I knew things were really bad. My mom started bringing like job applications to my office and dropping them off. She was like,
you have to look at some other options.
She said, I can help you find a job. I said, uh-oh. You know, when her kind of belief and faith was cracking, that's when I was like,
that's real. Yeah.
No, this is doing real bad, you know? And she's like, I'm seeing how much money this fool borrow from me. Like,
she said, you gonna have to figure it out.
Yeah, like, fool, you better go to McDonald's and get you a job. Work at Chipotle.
Right. Period. Figure out them scoops.
Exactly.
You know how to scoop. So
right. Yeah,
transferable.
Come on. Yeah. Hey, team leader at Chipotle.
Right.
So that was a rough time. But I also learned a lot about myself. I think I came out of that different.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
You
had to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I'm willing to endure. You know, so now bad times are a different perspective. You know, when things are bad now, you know, I'm just like, no, it's not as bad as the pandemic.
Right.
I'm gonna be all right.
Could be
you
worse.
know, yeah, like when the Thai company moved up and out, I hated to see them go, but I'm gonna be all right.
Yeah.
You know, because things have been worse. You know.
Yeah, and they're doing well because they had a great foundation.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So and just, you know, capacity, what I'm gonna put up with in business, in my personal life, you know, self-care, taking care of myself.
Yeah.
I learned that,
yeah.
which also was an important thing, learning how to separate the success of my business from Claiborne Bell being happy and joyful. Distinguished Foods, LLC, which is the commercial kitchen and the ice cream and sorbet company, can be doing poorly, but Claiborne, the individual, can still have joy and happiness in his life in spite of what's happening to my business. That was a hard thing to detach.
Yeah, that's hard.
Because, you know, you feel like how well your business is doing reflects on you personally.
Yes.
You know,
yeah.
If Norlux is up, Colina's up. If Norlux is down, Colina's messing up.
Yeah.
You know, and that doesn't have to be true. You know, so that detaching that was a difficult thing, but it was a necessary thing because Distinguished Foods LLC was dragging on the bottom, you know, but I still had to find things that I was happy about and thankful for.
Yeah.
You know, my family was safe and healthy, and they're doing okay, you know. So, you know, if my business does fail and go out of business, there are other jobs. You know, I can work another job, you know, but my family is okay.
Well, I think a lot of that has to do with ego and perception.
Facts.
Because a lot of times we don't want people to think these things about us.
Right.
Because like you said, it's a perception that you failed.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, people don't know what's happening, all the things that are happening behind the scenes.
Right.
But also our ego is making us feel like we have to, you know.
Have to grow, have to
succeed.
succeed.
Do this. Yeah.
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 And even if it's not working, have to look like it's working, you know. So, yeah, I think that was one of the biggest things for me was detaching, you know, the success of my business from how I'm personally doing.
That's good.
Yeah,
I really need to. I received that.
Man, and because it'll help you be more comfortable and happier, you know, because it's like, man, and to realize, you know, in someone's eyes, you are already successful. In my eyes, you are already successful.
Yeah.
You know, so but also, no matter what happens to Norlux Handle Company, whether it goes to the stratosphere or falls off or you quit tomorrow or sell it tomorrow, you are still my friend.
Yeah.
You know, you are still my sister. I still care about you. I still love you.
Yeah.
You know, so whatever that does, is not, I don't care about that.
Right.
I care about you, the person, you know? And there are people in your life that care about you, the person, that don't, it doesn't matter what work, that's the work you do.
Yes. And I think that speaks to the importance of your tribe.
Man.
Because if you don't have that, it can really feel lonely and isolating and feel like this has to work because this is all I got.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Speaking of that, we talked a little bit about success and what that looks like. And I think that looks different for different people. And it's very easy for someone to look at, you know, Seattle Sorbet and be like, oh, you're in all these stores, you're doing this, you're doing that, like you've made it.
Yeah.
But in your mind, you might feel like,
right, there's work. I go to work every day with like a chip on my shoulder because I'm still trying to make it, I feel like, you know. I don't know, I fight hard, I stay late, I work hard because there's more I want. Yeah. You know? Maybe more notoriety, more money. I want my sorbet to be in every store. Yeah. You know, I want it to be in, you know, the stores where my family live, you know, so they can, you know, go to the store and be like, yeah, my nephew owns, you know, Seattle Sorbets, you know. That's what I want. You know, I want my grandparents to be proud of me that they've passed on, you know. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I work for, you know, more money. You know,
we need the bag.
Yeah, man, come on now. You know, so that's what I want to work for. You know, that is my goal. That and I think that's why I work as hard as I do. Yeah. But I've also been learning, you know, work-life balance. You know, my wife is working on me about learning that.
And my husband too.
Yeah, you know, it's like I can make more money if I work 7 days a week, 12 hours a day.
Right, right.
You know, but you may lose your family. You know, that's hard. You know. Yeah. Because I was like, well, you know, and she was like, hey, I was like, I'm just kidding, I'm kidding. You know, but you know, it's just because you see, because to me, I feel like not giving 110% is me leaving money on the table. If there's an event I can do that I think is going to make money and I don't do the event because my wife wants to spend quality time with me, in my mind, I'm like, I'm missing out on money. Yeah. You know? But it's important for her to, you know, stare into my eyes and talk to me and things like that, you know? And I'm just like, oh, she's talking to me, but I can be making money right now.
You have to stay focused.
Yeah. I was like, no, I am listening to you. Yeah, no, I'm listening
I've learned that with the kids. Yeah. A lot of times, you know, Duke will be like, Mom, can we play? And I'm like, on my laptop. And I literally have to check myself and be like, I can close my laptop for 10 minutes and it will be here and everything will be okay. But it's hard having those little talks with yourself.
And it's like, you know, nothing I'm doing is life or death. You know, like, man, we make sorbet. Right. End of the day. Like, man, the sorbet is in the freezer. It's already on the shelves. Like, this email, I can answer it later. Yeah. You know, I can get back to these people later. You know, but it feels like, you know, you got to do it. And if you're not doing it,
there's some urgency.
Yeah. But also, you want to be present and get back to people in a timely manner and all these things, you know. So it's like the balance is hard to find. My wife helps me find the balance and tells me no.
You got a good wife.
Yeah, she go to sleep. I break up my laptop like she doesn't know I'm working.
She knows.
Yeah, I hide in the bathroom like. What are you doing
thinks
there?
you're
like,
watching memes.
Yeah, exactly.
On your phone, you're checking emails.
I'm making Instagram videos. So
oh my gosh. Phone, okay, you know? Well, I have one more question around the stocks. Yeah. You are into stocks. Yeah. Give us some advice.
I think that's because of my parents. My parents were big on, you know, financial stability, being responsible, you know, especially financially. Yeah. And I recently had a conversation with my dad like last week because I didn't feel like me and my brother had cool clothes in high school. And I was like, Dad, you could have, because we were talking about stocks and I had bought some NVIDIA stock, which is a chip maker. Okay. And I have 54 shares, which is a legitimate amount.
Okay. Okay.
He said he had 400 shares.
Oh, Jesus.
And I was like,
big bank, little bank.
What? Of just this one stock, you know? Yeah. And so that was one of those eye-opening moments where I was like, dude, you could have afforded to buy me Jordans in high school. And he was like, yes, I could have. And I was like,
Why didn't you?
Why was I wearing Keds in high school? You know, and he was like, because we were, you know, the money that we could have been buying Jordans and Tommy Hilfiger or whatever,
Yeah.
we were putting into your stock portfolio. And I was like, thank you for that.
You could have spared me sometimes.
Damn it. You know, like,
yeah.
dude, like,
Yeah.
you know, so I was like, I feel like I have a great personality because I didn't dress cool in high school. But you had to have a great personality. Listen,
Did you?
If you weren't kids, you got to have a great personality. Listen, you got to be funny or something.
Right.
But we just talked about that, and he was like, you know, we wanted you to have, you know, a good stock portfolio rather than having cool shoes. So instead of, you know, buying Nike shoes, we were buying Nike stock. And instead of Tommy Hilfiger, we were buying Microsoft stock. And my stock portfolio is legitimate now.
So would you do the same thing?
Yeah, I'm definitely doing that to my kids. They're going to wear Target shoes. I don't care. The Velcro shoes in high school.
Okay, first of all, I love a Cat and Jack Target come through.
Listen, man, my kid going to be wearing Costco shoes, and I'm going to be like, you better get your personality up.
Let me just say, there are still ways to be fashion forward and frugal.
Yeah.
You don't have to get,
I didn't have that. Wasn't my skill set.
We're going to help you with this.
My wife be dressing me. That's not my skill set.
Not my wife.
I outsource the stuff I'm not good at. Yeah. When I walked out, does this go together or do I need to change something? She was like, no, you all right. I was
you cool today. We good.
Yeah. You know, so I'm like, let me work
okay.
Yeah.
Pull some cards. I'm going to ask you, you can pull a bunch of them and then you can pick 3.
Pick 3 cards.
Yeah.
All right. Flip it over.
Yeah. Well, you can read them and see which ones you want to answer, but it's up to you.
What's your favorite fast food meal?
Speaking of fast food, the cards are listening. What's your favorite fast food meal? Chipotle.
Yeah, I like Chipotle. And then sometimes I sneak and get McDonald's.
After you just threw all that shade on McDonald's.
No, I'm not shading McDonald's. They're good at what they do.
Okay.
And I fully support what they do.
Okay.
I got the app on my phone. You know, being able to hit 2 buttons and reorder the order you have, you can't not do that.
Yes.
Like, that's genius.
Okay.
You know, I own their stock because it's going to do well. It can't not do well. I own Starbucks stock. It's going to do well because people are addicted to Starbucks. You know, they got, you know, beans they get from South America for nothing. They pour in hot water on them, put in a paper cup with a plastic lid. That's a profitable thing. Yeah. We paying $7. That's a profitable thing. They just made $6.50. You know? So
okay, let me ask you this. Are those your fast food places you like to eat at, or do you like them because
McDonald's. I eat at McDonald's. I like McDonald's.
Okay.
Yeah, I like McDonald's. I like Chipotle.
Okay.
Jimmy John's. I don't know if Jimmy John's is fast food.
I love Jimmy John's.
Yeah. I like Jimmy John's. You know, maybe because I eat at those places because they're efficient. I'm a real efficiency person.
Yeah.
And I'm now noticing that all the places I like to eat at and go to are instant and efficient.
Yeah.
You know, you go to Jimmy John's, as soon as you say the order, you know, they're making it and it's done at the other end of the counter, you know?
Yeah. What about a Taco Time?
I don't do Taco Time. There's one like 2 blocks from my office. I don't.
Chick-fil-A?
My wife likes Chick-fil-A, so every now and then she'll be like, can you drive me to Chick-fil-A? So we got to drive to Bellevue because she wants Chick-fil-A. It's fine. Yeah, I don't. But yeah.
Okay, McDonald's and Chipotle.
Yeah. Like I got both of those apps on my phone. I don't got the Chick-fil-A app. That's not an attack on
So
me.
if you have the app on your phone, it's real. Yeah, commitment.
That's what love is.
Next card, please.
Next card. What's the secret to having a good marriage?
This card comes up so often. You're like the 3rd person to get this card. I'm going to pull it next time.
I'm going to let you go first.
I've answered this card at least 3 times, so I'm going to let you go.
I'm going to say the secret to having a good marriage, I think communication is the easy answer, but also leaving space. You know, people sometimes say, you know, marriage or relationships is 50-50, and I disagree with that. You got to be less than 50, 40-40, and you leave that, you know, the other 20 for
reserve.
Yeah, exactly. for giving space.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, it has to be because if I'm 50 and she's 50, then there's no give in that.
Yeah.
I've got to be 40, she's got to be 40, and there's got to be compromise in between there, you know? So.
And how long have you guys been married?
7 years. We've been married 7 years. Oh, it's been amazing. It's a beautiful thing. I love it. Every second of it has been just beautiful. And we've been together 20 at this point.
Woo.
So she got a couple years left. I told her, listen, girl.
She got a couple years left for what?
No, but that's what I would say. I would say
Yeah.
leaving space. Also, not answering every question she asked me.
Oh my God.
Boy,
Actually, I need you to talk about this because me and Zach talk about
listen.
You told Zach something
Man.
that he uses, like it's his rule.
Man, it might be in the Bible, to be honest.
Tell us.
You know, when your wife or girlfriend asks you something, you got to know she's going to want more information than you actually have.
Period.
And that you actually care about. So she's going to say, well, how did it go? You say, good. And she said, well, who all was there? You say, it was a couple people that was there. Who was all there? What was their names? And then, what was they doing? And what, all the background.
And why were they
information.
doing it?
Yeah, why were they doing it? And what they gonna do next time? And you like, man, we was chilling. What food did you have? I had chicken. Well, how was the chicken? It was good.
Who made the chicken?
Yeah.
Where did it
like,
come
man,
from?
I don't know. And then so at some point you got to say, that's all I know. I don't know anything else. And I promise you, your girlfriend, your wife, she's going to ask you a couple more follow-up questions after you've said, that's all I know. But this statement will save you.
Oh my God. It does not save, but it actually pisses me off because I know he got it from you and he always goes, so this happened and this happened and that's all I know.
And in your mind, you like,
that is not all you know.
I want to ask another question.
And you know that I'm going to ask questions.
Yes.
Be prepared.
Right. And you can't help but ask more questions.
Yeah.
And then all I say is, that's all I don't know anything else. I said, well, you didn't ask what the baby's name was? You didn't ask how old the baby was?
Right. These are like common sense questions.
I saw the baby.
You went to a baby shower.
Yeah, I saw the baby.
You didn't ask.
What did the baby look like? It was a baby. Was the baby tall, big? How much did the baby weigh? It was a baby. What was the baby's name? The baby. I called, hey, baby. That's all I said.
Listen, there's also a sense of awareness.
Yeah. But also, I've realized that you can't. I looked it up and said women use 6,000 words a day. Men use 2,000.
Okay.
I talk a lot, so I might use 2,500, 3,000.
Okay.
That means my wife is using twice as many words
a day
than I'm using. I cannot keep up.
A wider vocabulary or just more of the same?
It takes her more words to say the same thing. I'm like, so you can't, in my mind, I cannot keep up with that. So sometimes we talk, she'll say things to me, and I'll know that she's not looking for me to solve that problem or answer. She just needs to say some stuff.
Yeah.
When she talk about the people at work and what they did.
She just needs a sounding board.
And I say, damn, that's crazy.
Don't do that.
And I'm gonna give that to Zach.
Because that means you weren't listening.
No, 100% I'm listening, but I'm not going to give her a solution. You come home and tell Z, man, this happened at work, and he said, oh, what you need to do is this. And you're going to say, you don't know, because I'm about to do that.
No, that's
and you're not taking
true.
that in. And so now he annoyed because he didn't.
If I spend 5 minutes talking and my husband responds with, that's crazy, I'm about to flip a table.
Not that's crazy. Damn, that's crazy.
Good night. Pull another card, Clay. You have one more card. This is the last one.
Damn, that's crazy.
No.
And what?
Don't do it.
We'll
keep
you married. Listen, because they'll be like, I know, right? And then they just
setting
keep
these
talking.
People up for failure.
Y'all gonna be all right. Listen, 7 years.
Next card.
What was your favorite game to play as a child?
Oh,
like board game or like outside game?
Any game. These kids today don't know about outside games.
That's
or
facts.
board games, maybe.
Facts. They got iPad games.
Right.
I'll probably say like tag or something. Like
tag was
like the game. We just run and play and chase each other all day. That was just fun. I felt like I was kind of fast, so I was good at that game.
Yeah.
But the other games, like, we were gonna play tackle football. I'm like 3 pounds and skinny.
You're like, absolutely
no,
not.
don't hit me. That wasn't my game. But I would say tag was always fun. Capture the flag was fun.
Okay, yeah. I like to play. I used to like tetherball. That was my game. Yeah.
I haven't even thought
Oh
of
my God.
tetherball.
I had a
20
tetherball
years.
in my backyard. Yeah, my grandpa, he made He was a mason, so he had the tire and poured the
Cement in
cement.
there
Yep,
with the
and then had a
post.
thing, put it all up.
Get out of
I used to be
here.
back there just.
Yeah. Tetherball was a
That
game
was
we
my
played
shit.
daily.
Yeah.
Do they still have tetherball at
I don't
schools?
know. I haven't seen a tetherball pull in a very long time.
Right. That might be extinct. Tetherball was a crazy game. Right. And you, that little serve thing where you swing it from the rope.
The
come on. Dog, I forgot about that.
Oh, man. That just unlocked the core memory right there.
Man.
Yeah.
I fractured my thumb playing tetherball.
People used to get...
My hand hit the pole.
People used to get hurt. That's probably why they don't have
do better,
anymore.
Yeah. Good Lord.
Okay, well, we're coming to the end of our session. And this is the pour up. And so here we pour into each other, which we've been doing this whole episode. I appreciate that. But the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to ask you, how do you practice self-care?
I would say self-care is, doing what I need to do to be happy. So if that's going to the driving range, once a week, hitting bad golf balls, it's, maybe that's how I get my anger out.
Yeah.
You got to focus, hitting golf balls. So that takes my mind off things, whether it's work or home life or whatever's going on, bad news that you got. Also, playing with my little toys, flying the drones and fixing the monster trucks or crashing the monster trucks, driving the monster trucks and stuff. That keeps me sane. You got to do what you need to do to stay mentally sound, because you can't be good in your relationship or at work if you're not mentally sound. So making time for that. Like I'll put driving range on my schedule, because if I don't put it on my calendar on my schedule, man, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, we're at that age.
Yeah, which is terrible. Like I have to put things on my calendar.
Yeah.
Things that I want to do on my
you
calendar.
You have to make yourself make time for it.
Yeah, people be like, oh, we want you to do this. I'm like, oh, I got a meeting. I look at my phone like, I got a meeting. When I'm looking at the joint, it say driving range on there. I'm like,
it is
no.
a meeting, with yourself.
I just got to say no, because I'll end up doing something or working and not doing what I need to do to be sane and stable. Laughing and talking, hanging out with the guys, sometimes just throwing the football outside, going to visit my brother, just hanging with him, laughing and talking, going to look at car shopping, looking at cars we can't afford and stuff, things like that. Those are things I find joy in, hanging out with family, traveling. Yeah. Those are the things I got to make time for, have to plan so they happen. Otherwise, work will consume you, Yeah. Traveling with my parents has been one of those things. We went on a big trip to Italy last year for 10 days. And
that's so dope.
Yeah, that was fun, traveling, doing things with my parents while they're able, before they get too old to walk around or, adequately enjoy things, So it's never a good time to be away from your business for 10 days. But, got to plan it and just have to do it.
You got to recharge.
Yeah,
And you deserve.
Yeah, you work super hard. And so, you got to enjoy it, So that's what I've been working on, spending time with my wife. She want me to drive her to the plant shop. I'm like, what's wrong with your car? She's like, well, I want you to go with me. Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to go to the plant shop. But, I drive her to the plant shop and we look at all the plants and she want to point out the plants and talk to me about the plants. And then she buy all the plants and I'm carrying all the plants and then I put the plants in my car and there's dirt in my car.
And that's practicing self-care?
Yeah. Yes, because she's happy and then she don't harass me.
Then she'll take care of you.
Yeah, exactly. Harass me to death. So give and take,
Yeah, for sure.
Riding my bike. I'm not a big workout guy. You can tell, look at my arms and tell I ain't picking up nothing heavy. But
you're a cyclist.
Yeah, man. I that's something I can do, and I feel like I can do that as I get older. You can't hoop forever. You can't, play tackle football forever and all that kind of stuff. So, but I feel like riding my bike. We ride our bikes together, me and the wife.
Yeah.
So we'll go on bike rides, and also when she's out of breath, she can't talk to me as much. So it's nice. You gotta have strategies. Strategy.
Have you done affirmations before?
No.
Okay, we're going to practice affirmations.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a prompt. Mm-hmm. You're going to repeat it and fill in the blank. It'll make sense once we start. Okay. I am.
I am.
About yourself.
I am tired right now, and I need to be rejuvenated. So I was listening to gospel music this morning on the way over here because I feel like that refills me and recharges me.
Okay.
I've been working quite a few hours these last couple days.
Yeah.
So every now and then you got to recharge. So
Okay. I welcome.
Success.
I deserve.
I deserve happiness.
I choose.
I choose hard work.
I believe.
I believe I will be successful.
I trust.
I trust the Lord, my family, hard work, my commitment to be successful.
I know.
I know I like having a good time.
I feel.
I feel excited and happy.
I create.
I create joy and happiness around me.
I love.
I love being happy.
I am.
I am extremely attractive. No. No. I would say I am happy.
Okay.
I am happy.
How did that feel?
Good and stressful. I was
Okay. I want you to practice affirming yourself.
Facts.
We are at the end of time. How can the people find you?
At Seattle Sorbets on all the social media things, seattlesorbets.com. Yeah, find me, follow me, come support. We do events, hire us, buy the sorbet. If you can't afford to buy the sorbet, support us by telling somebody about the sorbet.
What stores are you at?
Closest stores around the city, Beacon Hill Red Apple, West Seattle Thriftway, Ballinger Thriftway in Shoreline, Stadium Thriftway Tacoma, DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber Eats.
Yeah.
We're downtown right now, so Conan Steiner on 2nd and Jackson. Yeah, but DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber Eats are good ways to just have it come to you. Also, you can come to our facility in West Seattle to buy the sorbet. Check out my commercial kitchen. Check out all the other virtual restaurants at my commercial kitchen.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a cool thing, fun thing. Thank you for your support. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here.
Appreciate it.
That's a wrap. Bye, guys.
Thank you.